Drive, and sometimes when we're in town and the children get tired, we need a bus to get us home. And
where do you live?
We live at the top of town, at the top of Broadway, and if they cut the 184 and they change to 267, we won't be able to get home.
I go to Lully 3 or 4 times a week. My daughter lives in a care home there, and that is the reason I need the bus, otherwise I won't get it.
And if they look at the Care Act, it talks about social isolation, so a lot of those people are going to be socially isolated.
The evidence suggests that a transport strategy focused simply on reducing existing bus services is likely to lead to increased costs elsewhere that outweigh any savings made. For example, supposed increased isolation among elderly people leads to a corresponding increase in falls of just 5%. The cost to NHS Somerset will be £620,000 per year. Suppose that there's an increase in physical inactivity due to isolation. The cost to NHS Somerset will be £700,000 per year. Just a 5% increase. And that's not the end of it. People who can't get to medical appointments by bus will have to request an ambulance or a home visit. And some people who become isolated will end up needing police help, social care, perhaps emergency medical attention.
We as a town council are very much, and have for a long time been very much in favour of supporting public transport. On a purely environmental level, it clearly makes sense to have people travelling on public transport rather than, if you look at the traffic today, then many people coming into town with just 1 or 2 people in cars, whereas actually we could be running some really efficient bus services and connecting through to the surrounding villages.
The Campaign for Better Transport say that £1 invested in buses generates about £3 to £5 for the local economy, because it enables people like that to actually get into work, and if they don't get into work then they'll have to have benefits, and that will cost hundreds of thousands of pounds. So we need to look at this holistically and really support these services, because they are a lifeline socially, environmentally and economically.
My eldest daughter, she's been unemployed for several years, and she's got herself a job in Bath, and she loves her little job, but the only way she can get there is with the 184, and if they stop the 184 then we don't know what we're going to do.
I work at Frome Aquatics. I live at Falkland, and I'm being told that the 414 bus might be taken off on a Saturday. I work every Saturday, so without the 414 I won't have a job.
Our employment centres are not well served by bus services. A good example of that is Commerce Park, one of our largest business parks in Frome, which currently doesn't have any bus services at all.
We've had fantastic success with the apprentices that we've got on board here at DNA Worldwide. But by the nature of the fact that apprentices are generally younger and not earning as much money, transport is another issue for them. So we have at the moment a number of apprentices that are getting lifts in from family members, and that then interrupts the amount of work that those family members can do.
The service is not that good now to Sainsbury's. As far as I know, it's just the Fairsaver 267. It's actually easier, if anything, for me to go to Sainsbury's in Trowbridge. I just don't see the point in the 267 and the Fairsaver 267 both arriving within 5 minutes of each other and departing to Bath within 5 minutes of each other. Why not stagger it, have one every half an hour? The other issue is that with the F53 Warminster bus, and I've heard they're thinking of cutting the Saturday service, and there's already no service on a Sunday, so that would mean the whole weekend you couldn't get to Warminster on the bus. I've also got relations in Salisbury, which I catch the Salisbury bus from Warminster, so that would mean I couldn't get there for the whole weekend, so that would be a shame if they cut that.
We've lost 60% of the bus usage because it's halved during the week and gone entirely on a Saturday. And we've just had 30 new houses opposite me for affordable housing. If you're trying to get people off cars, and they can't afford a car, the young and the old, I regularly meet with a lady who goes into Frome to see her husband with dementia. She won't be able to do it. I've stopped going to the gym in Midsummer Norton and to my guitar lessons. I know it's ridiculous at the age of 70, but I went to them in Frome. I've stopped them.
Well, my friends and we like to go to the skate park with our scooters, but we can't do that much except on holidays because the buses don't run on weekends and not much at all, even in the holidays.
My children are both now at the age where they could use buses themselves and are very keen to do so as well, either to go up to the skate park in Somerset or Frome, or to go shopping, meet friends, or in Frome, and most of the time either myself or my husband have to drive them, and that's very tiring for us. And it's very limiting for them because they don't feel they can just, make plans by themselves and move about by themselves. So they're constantly escorted by their parents. They can only do extracurricular activities at school if I'm available to pick them up. And of course, because I'm working, I'm not always able to do that. So that really limits that. And it just limits their ability to explore, the world that's around them, which is a real shame. Yeah.
So Open Storytellers is a charity based in Frome. We support adults with learning disabilities and young people with learning disabilities, and we currently run 2 day services in Frome on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and the Thursday group are reliant on the buses to get here. We have people coming from Cheddar, Wells, Warminster. The people that come to our group have some degrees of vulnerability, and they will say that themselves and feel more vulnerable waiting around on their own, particularly in the dark, and the stress that's involved in not knowing if you're going to make your bus connection, particularly hard in the winter, going home in the dark and having to wait around and shouting around everyone Wells for half an hour, 45 minutes.
My name is Timothy and I live in Cheddar. I have to take 2 buses in the mornings to get over here. My colleagues have to take 3, whereas we all used to just come on the 1 bus. But it's really important to me coming here to see my friends.
I'm writing a story, but that's only on a computer.
Cool. What's the story about?
Tragic romance.
Oh, I like coming to Frome. And if the buses didn't come to Frome anymore, there will be no future for me in Frome, which I would like to have anyway, even more.
Sure.
Okay. I feel like my friends and my future is here for the moment.
If I do cut for 53 from Frome to Warminster, I'm able to get a Warminster bus.
So that means you wouldn't be able to come here at all?
No.
If the County Council was to work with local councils and community groups to identify needs, agree shared goals and design holistic solutions, then it would be possible to make real savings rather than false economies.